If you're one of those people that hold in your emotion and you continue to build it up to build it up to the point where you can't take it more and you just express it and explode it, explode it, in other words, I don't I don't blame you. I do the same thing. But what you're doing also, you know, is right. You have the right to express how you feel, especially if, depending the situation, is not getting resolved and you can't get around it, and it's something that you can't control. Yeah, you can communicate because communication is key. But if you didn't get nothing from that communication and nothing is being resolved, there's no techniques, no sort of way. You have to, you have to communicate, because if you don't communicate, you will explode, and then you're gonna start saying some things that you're gonna regret. You're gonna show anger, and you're gonna affect other, someone else. I'm making this video because this is what happened to me today. It's personal, but I'm not gonna go into details. But I had to work on to communicate, to express my feelings. I had to communicate about my feelings because I'm one of those people that will hold in, and they will ask me too, "Are you okay? You're fine," and you'll be like, "Yeah, yeah, it's okay." But in the back of your head, you know it's not right, and and then even if I did try to communicate and express it, in my experience, it become worse because now you offending, someone else, or you're making the situation even worse, which I don't find that. I don't understand that. Why? If I'm expressing, if I'm telling you what's wrong, if I need to tell you what's wrong, then I'm not in my wrong. It's not my fault how you take it. That's why I know everybody in this world is a emotional time bomb. Emotional time bomb is someone who keeps to themselves but listens to everybody else's problems. On the outside, this person is quiet but cautious. On the inside, this person is dealing with conflicts that can be involved in feelings, loneliness, unappreciated, worthless, and etc. This person never lets people in, so expressing any feeling is uncomfortable. Once in a while, this time bomb has no more room for emotions, exploding into anger and tears from this, from frustration will occur. People need to understand that what you do, what you say, will affect someone else's. They need to understand that. We need to understand what's causing stress, because our individual emotional responses to the same situation are very different. Our outbreaking beliefs, values, filters, past experience, health, and context, that is all colluded to create a unique response. Because we don't need stress. We don't need stress in our life. But because stress has been normalized in our daily lives, which could be like for work, relationships, friendship, family matters. In this society, they made it to where it's normal for us to have stress. And then you have all these other resources to how to cope the stress. You can go to any therapy or psychiatrist. You can have your doctor prescribe you medication, If you're gonna use recreational for that purpose, you can do all that. I'm telling you, it doesn't work. That's not gonna solve, you know, that issue. Emotional response are not normal. It's not I'm telling you, it's not part of our human life. We don't need amount of stress to function. It's unhelpful and destructive. It has no benefits, and it has the potential to light your fuse and then get you to that to that edge. Like, it pushes you to the edge. It gets you to that point. Sometimes it gets you to that point of no return, and sometimes sometimes it just gets you to that point where even people, even yourself, is telling you, man, you need to calm down. And you know what else I noticed in my lifetime? That if someone is expressing, and you go ahead and tell, hey, you need to calm down, even if you feel defensive and you tell them, hey, you need to calm down, oh, they get butthurt. Oh, they get butthurt. They start freestyling on you. I call it freestyle. I have many situations where I said, you know what? I'm just gonna back off. I'm just gonna back off, mind my own fucking business. And if anybody who comes to me with the issue, I'm not the one. I'm also going through the experience where it's been like this for a long time, to where I meet a random person that I don't know. I'm just starting to know that person, and they all of a sudden they come to me and start expressing their emotion based about their past. So this is funny because every time this happens, I'm like, you know what? Maybe my true calling is to be a priest. Maybe I should be a priest. But I'm telling you this, even priests cannot handle, emotional distress. They can't handle that. But what is it? What is it in me that you feel comfortable for you to start expressing, especially when you don't know me? And if you get, and if you get one of those, if you have that same experience, give it a like or comment. Let me know. Stress is not normal for our life because it's a sabotage. It's sabotage, and what it brings is disappointment. Stem from an expectation that hasn't been met. From frustration. That frustration arrives when there is a barrier between where you are now and your desired outcome. Anger, which it triggers, it triggers with your values. That's why on my last on not my last video, but a couple videos back, if you go and click on evaluating yourself, which I'm still having a hard time to say that word, I talked about how to value yourself, or find a form of beliefs that could be challenged. If you have any belief system that can challenge, that can help you with that, then go for it. But just as a reminder, you and I have to value ourselves. Okay? Then you have this, and then you have the self-doubt, where it causes, hold on, where it causes understanding with your own ability or worth. So now you become, selfless. That's why I put a video about self improvement. You got to value yourself, and you gotta, self improve yourself. Then you have the fear. When that fear kicks in, you're still having, you in that position where you gotta protect yourself and to keep yourself safe at all time. Pulling away from people, from people and things. Having low or no energy. Feeling helpless or helpless. Eating too much or not eating at all. That is what stress does. So if stress is normal for our life, then what I just mentioned, is that normal for us to go through for our life? Is it worth it to go through stress? Is it worth it to go through stress when it comes to your family, a person that you know of, work? I have another experience with it when it comes to that. I almost had an emotional time bomb at work on Thursday night. We came in. We was already prepared. The funny part is that my wife and I, we already had this pre-discussion before going to work, telling to each other, like, man, something's gonna happen tonight. Something's gonna happen tonight. Either we're gonna be short-staffed, or these patients are not gonna be sleeping tonight. Something's gonna happen tonight. We walk in and we were short-staffed. And then we got this nurse who, when I first met her, she just rubbed me the wrong way, because how she was talking and how she approached to me, I already can tell that this person's a troublemaker, and she's all about micromanagement. I don't like to be micromanagement. I know you don't. People don't go by the script anymore. And if you think that you're going to go by micromanagement, it doesn't get you nowhere. It really doesn't. We're not robots. We're not stupid. That night, we were short-staffed. And there was a situation where I needed her help. I just needed 10 seconds of her time, because she was on her phone sitting while other, co-workers are doing what they got to do, and they were not around at the moment for me to ask for help, and that nurse was there. I asked her to help me. It will only take 10 seconds. And then she tells me, no, I'm not going to do it because it's going to break my back. Really? So let me get this straight. We're short-staffed, and you're trying to give us this motivation speech to communicate and help each other out. This same person even said, I will help you. If you need help, I will help you. So when I needed your 10 seconds of your time to help me, you're going to tell me that you won't do it because your back hurts? You just contradict yourself. What about my back? What about other employees' back? Do we matter? Because last time I checked, we are doing the job description. We all here for the same reason. The pay might be different, but you're not being paid to be sitting down and play on your phone, though. Because God forbid, if we do it, You're going to come up to us with that micromanagement and tell us, oh, you can't be on your phone. You can't do that. Oh, so now, so what is this? I almost had that emotional tie bump because when she said that, I just walked away. And you know how I mentioned earlier that even when you express it or you don't express it and they feel like you in the wrong, that is exactly what happened because I didn't say nothing back. Yeah, I did express a little bit on my face, but I walked away. And she felt offended to the point when she started telling, other coworkers about how I am upset to her because I helped her. I asked her to help me, and she said she wouldn't do it because her back is broken. Then maybe you shouldn't work in the medical field if you're so concerned about your back. Because not only our backs get stiff and uncomfortable, but we get frustrated when there's no communication and no teamwork. So that's an example of how stress is not normal. You don't need stress. And then you wonder why in the medical field it is notorious for shortage for turnover. Because a lot of people don't like to fucking bring, elevate that balance, like, elevate that load. Then you wonder why people don't want to work in the medical field no more. So I walked away. You cannot control everything that happens in your life. But you can control the meaning of your attached to any events. You're the one in charge of your emotion and how you react to them. So if you're in a situation like that, just walk away, take a deep breath. If you're a smoker, go ahead and smoke. If you feel to take a couple of drinks, go ahead. I advise you to do it at work. Whoa, do don't do, do it at home. Don't drink and drive. There's no need to be on HD vision when you're driving. I don't condone that, and neither I don't condone drinking at work. It's just I caught it on time, but you know what I mean. And you don't have to drink to the point where you're drunk and you can't do it and you don't have control of yourself. I'm just saying, a couple of drinks, that's it. Talk about it, whatever. Find out your feelings. Dig deeper about what about your feeling. Like, what can I do? Get rid of the negative thoughts. Get rid of the negative people. Divert yourself. You need diversity in your life. We need that. It's good. Avoid. If you can't handle it, just be respectful and say, look, I understand what you're going, but, what you want me to do? What you want me to say? And if you're in a situation that is triggering your emotion, then just walk away. And if they come to you and say, hey, what's going on? Why are you so distant? Like, why you don't want to talk to me, or why you don't want to, why are you disconnecting yourself? And then tell them like it is. I'm not promoting fights. I'm not promoting arguments and all that, but explain to them what the situation is, because they got two choices. They can either understand and they can find out how they can, fix that, or they can be offensive and start arguing with you. If it gets to that point, like I said, just walk away. Just stay quiet, be humble, walk away. You're not the bigger person if you respond to a negative to a negative feedback to a negative person. You're not. That's all I gotta say for tonight. I understand what you're going through, and it's all good. Have a good night. Peace.